Topic 1. U.S. imposes 17% duty on Mexican tomatoes to support domestic agriculture. The U.S. government has decided to impose a 17% tariff on fresh tomatoes from Mexico. This measure aims to rebuild the U.S. tomato industry and ensure that agricultural products consumed in the U.S. are grown domestically. Currently, Mexico supplies about 70% of the U.S. tomato market. While this tariff is seen as a significant victory for U.S. tomato farmers, opponents worry that American consumers will face higher prices for tomatoes. Mexico has expressed concerns that this move will negatively impact U.S. consumers and is seeking ways to negotiate a suspension of the tariff. This decision stems from long-standing grievances regarding Mexican tomato exports and is a result of the withdrawal from a tomato import agreement signed in 2019. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce and various business groups have warned that this action could increase trade uncertainty and create additional challenges for U.S. businesses and consumers. Topic 2. Bitcoin reaches a record high amid market momentum. Bitcoin reached an all-time high on Monday, surpassing $120,000. This surge is attributed to optimistic investor sentiment ahead of the U.S. House discussing cryptocurrency-related legislation during Crypto Week. Bitcoin's price has risen approximately 15% over the past month, driven by the anticipated passage of crypto-friendly bills and increased adoption of new investment tools. Additionally, the approaching supply cap of Bitcoin has led to demand outpacing supply, contributing to the price increase. The House is set to discuss several cryptocurrency-related bills, including the Genius Act, which aims to clarify stablecoin regulations. These bills are expected to provide regulatory certainty for the cryptocurrency industry, potentially further boosting Bitcoin's upward trend. The surge in Bitcoin's price is also linked to the weakening of the U.S. dollar, prompting international investors to view Bitcoin as a hedge against the dollar's decline. Despite the volatility, Bitcoin has shown trends similar to risk assets and has recorded some of the highest returns this year alongside gold. Topic 3. Nvidia plans to resume AI chip sales to China. Nvidia has announced that it has received permission from the U.S. government to resume sales of its H20 AI chips to China. Sales had been halted due to U.S. export controls, but Nvidia's CEO Jensen Huang successfully negotiated to ease these restrictions during a meeting with former President Donald Trump. Nvidia has faced significant losses due to declining sales in the Chinese market, and this approval is expected to strengthen its position there. The company emphasized the importance of the Chinese market for AI research and expressed hope that U.S. technology will become a global standard. This move is seen as a significant bargaining chip in U.S.-China trade negotiations, and Nvidia plans to supply the H20 chips to China soon. Topic 4. Federal Reserve's costly renovation project under scrutiny. The Federal Reserve's headquarters renovation project is facing criticism from former President Donald Trump and his administration. Initially estimated at $1.9 billion, the project's costs have now escalated to $2.5 billion. Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, has requested additional review of the project from the Fed's Inspector General to maintain the central bank's independence. Trump has expressed dissatisfaction with Powell for not lowering interest rates further and has hinted at the possibility of dismissing him due to the cost overruns. The Fed explained that the cost increases are due to unforeseen conditions, such as asbestos and soil contamination and high water levels. The project aims to address safety issues with the Fed's building and bring it up to modern codes, and since the Fed does not operate on taxpayer funds, it is not subject to OMB oversight. The Trump administration is pressuring the Fed to lower interest rates, while Powell emphasizes policy decisions based on economic data.
Topic